Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, my two fishes friends, my water family? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for checking in here. Got a reading for you for the week ahead. If you've never been here before, that's what goes down here at Ten of Cups Tarot. We do always read for the week ahead, and this may not be your reading today, but it could be tomorrow, next week, next year. So check in, and you could go back in the archives and see if anything there resonates for you today. We're not all at the same place in our lives, right? I just want to say happy Halloween for those of you who are celebrating, and happy Samhain to my pagan, Wiccan, Gaelic, and Celtic friends. Your practices, my friends, predate Christianity by centuries. You are the OG, and blessings to your ancestors on this night. Let's find out what is going on for you, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Pisces, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to find the extended if you're interested. And I am also going to tell you about a couple of sales that I have on for private reads. Let's find out what's going on for you. We're doing a 9-card draw, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. That's what's lighting up my brain these days, the 9-card draw. Let's find out what's going on. We have the Queen of Cups. We have Temperance. Oh, okay. And we have the Three of Pentacles, Pisces. Do you know what it feels like here? Feels to me like somebody is evening up. And when I say that, I feel like it's emotionally. Somebody here has gotten the point. It feels like there is something here that you've come to a place of contentment with. The moment of alchemy is here, and it feels like Temperance is giving you some sort of solid, grounded kind of stability, I would say, with the emotions between the water and the fire. I feel like you found some sort of even keel in your emotions here. It feels practical to me. It feels like you're making some sort of a practical decision. The Three of Pentacles is here. And it feels like you've decided that now that my emotions are in check, now that I have decided that yes, I can continue to feel deeply, but I don't have to give that to anyone. I can keep it for myself. I can heal myself. I feel like you're ready to build some sort of a new foundation here, Pisces. Let's find out what else is going on here. Tell me more about the two fishes, friends. Pisces. We've got, the Hierophant. It really does feel like, the Queen of Cups here is cornered by the Hierophant and Temperance. Both major arcana, right? This is something that's happening that you're figuring out how to keep your balance, your stability, to be sturdy, dig your heels in, keep on your own path. And this is all to do with your emotions. And what I feel I'm telling you here, Pisces, is that you have been giving away your energy, your emotions, the depth of who you are, your intuition, your psychic energy to someone, something, or a system or a situation that really, if you've decided, it's a little more practical for me to pull back and find a community that really can ground me, that I can build with, or maybe this is just building with the self. It could be as well. Yeah, look at that. The Four of Swords at the center of the matter. And so the Four of Swords is all about healing, right? We've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and I feel like the King of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me, you know what? I feel like what you're doing here is you're no longer giving your time, efforts, energy, money, whatever it is that you've been giving away. I don't think you're doing that anymore. It feels like you've decided, I'm going to keep that for myself. I'm going to put that into building a new foundation for me, and I'm going to see where this goes. It feels like somebody here is healing finances. I just want to say that it feels like if you've been having a dip or an impact in your finances, I feel like you're making some sort of a decision to pull back on your spending, and it is time for me to heal this thing, because Temperance is going to give you all the energy that you need to heal something, to keep it even. It almost, the Temperance card, the moment of alchemy, is like this. Wait a second. Why have I been doing that when I could be doing this? It feels like a realization of some sort. And this stability here, this Hierophant energy, it feels like you're committing to keeping your love, emotion, your depth of self. You're doing it for the self, is what it feels like. In order to gain your stability, your structure, your security, it feels like you're starting a new tradition, I'm going to say. It feels like your tradition is, I am going to keep in balance. I'm going to stay healed. I'm going to heal my finances. Or for those of you who don't need to heal your finances, I would say that this is a time of building the foundation upon which you are going to sit other things. So whether that is a depth of a relationship or a new job or just self-confidence in general. I feel with the Hierophant and the Temperance here, we have High Priestess energy. We have the Emperor. I kind of like that. And then we have the Five of Wands energy. Well, the badass just showed up, right? The Emperor, the one who's got all this, the security, all the stability, the one who's in charge, the one who keeps it all together. I feel like you have decided to withdraw your energy or retract your energy with the Five of Wands. I feel as though you've been generous. I'm going to say generous, or maybe overly generous with your love energy, with the psychic or emotional energy here. You've been giving it to someone, a situation, maybe a group of people possibly, and I feel like you've decided, you know what? I'm just giving too much away and I'm not getting back a whole lot in return. I think that you're going to start practicing Four Pentacles here. I think that you're into this, you know what? I feel a little bit depleted because I keep giving. I don't see anything here that tells me that you're getting it back, but I do feel like what you are doing is getting into this Five of Wands energy. I think what you've been fighting is not wanting people to see you as someone who's stingy with your time, efforts, energy, money, that kind of thing. I feel like, though, it's time for you to get back in control because the High Priestess is here, and I feel like it feels like a retraction of energy. Look, I've got everything that I need. I'm no longer going to be offering it to everybody because it just depletes me. It depletes my time, my energy, my efforts, and I feel like somebody here has decided, you know what, I think I'm going to self-contain the love, is what it feels like. I'm going to build this sturdy, strong foundation of love for myself. I'm going to recommit to myself with this emotional energy because I think somebody's misusing it. That's what it feels like. I'm going to put down a couple cards here. This is what's going on under the surface. And we've got the Seven of Wands in the reverse. We've got the Death card in the reverse. It feels like for a time here that you've been trying to avoid putting up boundaries between you and somebody else or you and a situation. And so it does feel like you've been over giving because that's who the King of Pentacles is. But the King of Pentacles, listen, the King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because we're in a general reading, right? It's all three. The Taurus energy here with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Taurus will keep giving you chances and chances and chances and keep giving you time, effort, energy, love, beautiful things. But then if Taurus doesn't get it back after a long while, I'm going to say a very long while, 4 Pentacles, 4 years. It doesn't have to be that long. It could be 4 days, really. But it feels like somebody here has decided, you know what? I'm just going to turn that valve off. I think I'm done. And so that's what the Death card is here. I feel like you've been putting off. The Death card is in the reverse because I feel like you've been putting off transformation. There's something here that you didn't want to let go of, or maybe someone that you know isn't good for you, or a situation or a job. It's something here that you know is not built on the firm foundation, and you've been tiptoeing around the Death card and not wanting something to change or transform because you know that you're going to be slamming down these boundaries. And that's exactly Taurus energy. You could have a Taurus placement, you don't have to, but this is what the energy is of this reading. I feel somebody here is trying to be a little more flexible, and in doing that I think that you made a lot of other people happy, but I feel like you've depleted yourself. So bottom of the deck we have the I can't write that stuff. We have the Ace of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands is, I'm going on my own path. I'm going to make myself happy. I'm going to be excited for the things that come to me, and I'm going to create opportunities. I'm going to create excitement. I'm going to create fun in my life. Let's clarify just a little bit and find out what's going on here. And then I will tell you a little bit more about how to find the extended, if you're interested. Tell me more about Pisces, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. Let's talk about the Temperance energy first, because I feel like this is the universe is poking their head in and saying, look, you got to get balance here. If you don't want to be emotionally depleted, if you don't want to be emotionally depleted, and you know, Queen on their own, the Queen of Cups on their own, that's your energy, right, in this reading, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. If you don't want to be depleted of your emotional energy, your empathy, all of the things that you offer, the big warm hug in a blanket, the compassion that you give, if you don't want to feel depleted in that, it's time for you to get some balance and heal the self and start building a foundation that is good for you, however small that foundation might be. Tell me about Temperance, please, for Pisces. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands. And we've got the Three of Cups. Look, I don't think this is a sad day for you, Pisces. I don't. I feel like Temperance is bringing you joy. The Three of Cups is here. I feel like Temperance is bringing you a little bit of excitement, a little bit of a spark. Oh, I could probably do that for me. I don't really have to, like, I know that it's really lovely and kind, and it feels good to give other people what they are craving or what they're looking for, because the queen is whole in herself, right? She's a whole queen. and whether you're feminine or masculine, I'm just saying she because there's a woman on the deck, but this person is whole and is also at risk when not in the Empress energy of being depleted emotionally by people around them who will just continue to take. The Eight of Pentacles is here. You know what it feels like you're doing here, Pisces? It feels like you're really going over the analytics here. I think that you have become patient. You're now slowly making these decisions. And I mean, water's passive energy anyway, but with the Eight of Pentacles, it's Virgo energy. Virgo doesn't miss a damn thing. Virgo's always reading the room, always reading people. I think this is what you've been doing. Reading the room, reading people, and being very practical and coming to a realization in the 3D of what you're really gaining from the relationships you have, from the place that you work, from the groups that you've involved yourself in. What are you getting out of it? And I don't think that that is something that is selfish. I think that's something that's realistic because we've got the Pentacles here. So I feel like the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles are all telling you it's time for you to get real. What are you really getting out of the situation? And could you better be using your time to build a foundation elsewhere, either for yourself or with a new group of people or a community? It's time for you to take I think a really good hard look in the 3D, a realistic look at what's going on here. Tell me why the King of Pentacles is in the reverse. Got the Two of Wands, my friend. There it is. It's time for you to stop being stuck at the crossroads of not wanting to make this decision. Why are you not wanting to make the decision? Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like this is pre-Empress energy. I feel like you know that once you fully step into the Empress energy, feminine or masculine, that you are going to have to do this alone. Like it feels like, the Queen gets her or himself to the place that they get themselves to alone. Nobody helps them, right? This is something I've done by myself. So I feel like what you're doing is you're looking for someone who is as practical as you, as grounded as you, someone who is willing to give you reciprocal energy. And the King and the Queen of Pentacles definitely do that for each other. We do have the Strength card. So you know what I think it is here, Pisces? I feel like you've decided that something, or maybe it's a little bit of what you've given. I'm going to say it's a little bit your fault too, that you haven't put up the boundaries in place, that you're trying to forego or tippy-toe around the transformation to this place where you're probably going to have to find your own happiness. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is complete on her own, right? So is the Queen of Cups. I've got love, I've got empathy, I've got sympathy, I've got kindness and compassion. I'm solid and grounded. I can take care of myself, and I feel like I would rather do that than be depleted of my time, efforts, and energy. So it feels like somebody here with the Strength card is recoiling or retracting their energy, making a decision here to say, you know what, I think it's time for me to head out on the path I've created for myself and stop compromising with people who will pull me off the path. I feel like you are retracting your energy, not only because of the Strength card, but the High Priestess is here as well. It feels like you're going quiet or going cold, that you've decided, like I think that there was some indecision here. We've got the Emperor here. Somebody here is, I don't think the Emperor is necessarily representing a person, but it feels like to me it's representing an energy of pulling back, regaining my power, sitting on the throne. Now I'm in charge. Now you guys, I've given you as much as I can give you, and nobody's really giving it back to me. So it feels like somebody here is pulling back and is going to do that with likely a little bit of silence. Silence is an answer as well. Tell me about the High Priestess. The King of Pentacles is coming up now in the upright. You see what's happened here, right? As soon as you've decided to pull back your energy, be a little more quiet, look at this. You replenish the self. Look at that. The King of Pentacles is now in the upright with the Ten of Pentacles in hand. And so it feels like you replenish the self. And so I'm not saying that you're doing this or pulling back for any reason other than you realize that you were depleted and had to replenish the self. So I feel like you're pulling back with silence. It might just be for a short time. Look, it doesn't have to be forever, but I feel like somebody here, is in the pause. Absolutely. I feel like somebody here is looking at their situation with perspective and saying, I don't know. I don't think this is what I want for the rest of the way. And so I feel like when you do pull back your energy, you become silent with a group of people, or, just start keeping to yourself and being aware that, all of the, how can I say, the riches, I'm going to say, because we're talking about pentacles, right? We got the king and the queen of pentacles here, that all of the riches come from, keeping control of your life and your path and doing what you want and not letting people pull you off the path. I think for a little while here, you were in a little bit of indecision as to what you should do. But listen, the emperor never goes in unless they're going to win. And I think you've realized that there is no way to win here. So I feel like somebody here is pulling back their energy from a group of people, from a workplace. And when I say workplace, I mean, you're going to stop doing overtime. I'm not going to give you my energy. I'm not staying past my lunch. I'm not going to eat lunch at my desk. Like, it feels like you've been doing all the things for all the people. It's time for you to heal yourself here with the Four of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords. Yeah, see, thinking it over, looking at it objectively from a distance, and really going sort of over the details and observing the situation as it is. The Six of Pentacles is here. I'm not really getting what I want, because you can say all day long about the Six of Pentacles being reciprocal, but every Six of Pentacles that I've seen, all the depictions are of one person giving to everyone else and everyone else holding out their hands. And so I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that you've healed yourself to a place where you realize that I need to regain my confidence, my structure. I have to rebuild my reputation, or I have to trust the self that I can do it alone, at least for this stretch. I'm not saying forever, Pisces, but I'm saying for this stretch. We've got the Magician. Look, you're the creator. We know that. You're in creation mode here, right? You're creating fun, excitement. Look at this. The Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. You're creating a new beginning for the self, because it feels better than being stuck in this mental prison where you're wondering why people aren't giving back to you. It's just that it's not that they were, I feel like it's not that you were giving too much. It's that they weren't giving enough. So we're going to go into the extended. We still have to talk about how you're going to get these boundaries, how people are going to feel when you do this stuff, because you're stepping up as the Emperor energy here, where you're in control of yourself, of your path, of the things that you want to do. And I think that you had a little bit of hesitancy, but I feel like that's the only way to replenish what you have lost. Is it part of its dignity, part of its 3D stuff, part of its money, time, effort, and energy. So we'll talk about how you become the Hierophant again by pulling back your energy, not only your emotional and money, it feels like your spiritual energy as well. So let's go into the extended. If you'd like to be there, please go to the top of the comment section. There's one pinned comment, and there you will find a link if you'd like to purchase this extended outright. If you're interested more than one extended and you'd like to go into the membership area, you'll get 4 a month at least, minimum if you're watching for one sign. Also, I do have a couple of sales on right now. Today's the last day. Midnight is the last moment that you can book 10% off for a pre-recorded reading, any of my packages pre-recorded. If you're interested in speaking to me face-to-face or over the phone, anywhere between 5 and 75% off, please go check my schedule and my pricing, and I will see you there. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm up for now, Pisces. See you in the extended. Bye-bye.